Once we understand the inorganic aspect of the negative ego, in that it is not a natural part of the human blueprint, but rather yet another complex tool for control, manipulation, and deception, we may find it is of our highest inner spirit service to work towards clearing its negative traits and reclaiming full mastery over our consciousness, which is self-sovereignty. This process is challenging and requires constant efforts of recalibrating and unprogramming the mind through observation, self-awareness, refocus, as well as discipline. The negative aspects of the mind, such as drama, division, comparison, or rage, all serve to feed the artificial matrix of the controllers. They are an energetic match to the lower frequencies of the negative polarity those beings chose to serve. When we embody these attributes, whether consciously or unconsciously, we participate, consent, and sustain those systems. If we wish peace to be restored in the world, we must embody peace in all levels of our existence. The same goes for every positive virtues we wish to see in the world and align ourselves with. Meow. Everything in the artificial matrix is made so that we are constantly triggered or encouraged to experience those negative traits, feelings, and emotions in a perpetual cycle of drama, trauma, and/or complacency or self-indulgence. These negative traits are called the houses of ego. They are the houses in which the ego resides and must be kept in order at all times so as to prevent them from overtaking the consciousness. In ancient religious texts, these houses of ego were called the 7 deadly sins. And while we understand religions were a way of hijacking consciousness and are heavily infiltrated by the negative forces, there are still some original organic truths and teachings in them. Today, we may approach these with caution and understand the energetic principles described in them aside from any religious context and/or programming. As a reminder, then the houses of ego are addiction, lust, wrath, rage, vengeance, greed, avarice, envy, jealousy, glutton, waste, laziness, discouragement, pride, self-importance, or lack thereof. These negative traits of the ego and the negative ego specifically are constantly promoted, encouraged, or even glamorized within society, and that is on purpose. For instance, gluttony and waste are constantly fed by consumerism, as well as addiction and lust. Envy and jealousy may be triggered by social medias and the constant comparison to others and a highly competitive society in general. Wrath and vengeance are fed by many divide and conquer agendas of wars globally, but also by ongoing frustrations and unhealed wounds and traumas. Laziness and discouragement are highly sustained within a more and more assisted civilization that is purposeless and spends all its free time watching TV and series and making YouTube videos, scrolling endlessly on social medias, or playing video games, which actually are all purposely created and curated so as to feed addiction, laziness, envy, lust, and more. But these are not just modern-day society issues. They are as old as our civilization. Human beings were constantly, insidiously aligned to values that are at the opposite of their true vibration, coerced into perverting themselves and their own values, which drove them further and further apart from their true purpose. The more we were manipulated into perverting and betraying ourselves, the easier we were to control, for it is our alignment to higher moral values and higher frequencies that provide us with the protection of the higher worlds, not in a rewarding versus punishing system as promoted by religions, but because these frequencies either attract or repel each other. When we embody higher moral values of higher energetic frequencies, we attract similar frequencies and repel opposing ones, and vice versa. We thus understand that in order to free ourselves from this perverted artificial matrix, we must learn to cultivate and embody the opposing values such as love, compassion, harmony, empathy, benevolence, generosity, kindness. This is called programming the mind, or rather reprogramming the mind. Meow. We dismantle the negative houses of ego and reprogram the mind with thoughts, words, and actions that are aligned to the true values of the angelic human that we wish to see in the world. Please hit the subscribe button, and leave this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned for further video offerings and information disseminations from the Umbanda New Earth Ashram for compassion, strength, and feline felicities.
Namaste, namaskaram.
Meow.